Hello and welcome. This is Marisol. Today's video is a tutorial on how to make a 3x8 fold out accordion, an accordion fold out for your 3x8 albums or your 6x8 albums. This is an accordion fold out that I made for my 2019 December Daily album, and for this one I used the fuse tool, which I have heating up right here, to adhere everything together so that I could fold it and put it in the album. This is an example of one that I made in 2018 using washi tape. If you don't have a fuse tool, you can use washi tape to create the same effect. I prefer the fuse tool because I find that the washi tape doesn't adhere very well, and also that it takes up some of the space of the photograph, and when you use the fuse tool it doesn't. Now I do have a different type of washi for this here, but I ran out of it. So I guess if you find a really thin washi that it adheres very well, you could manage this accordion and it will stick together. But here you can see how it came apart a little bit. Okay, let's get started. What you're going to need is you're going to need obviously the fuse tool and three 3x8 page protectors. I am deciding to use the one that has the two pockets, one that is a full-size 3x8, and then the other is the same with the two pockets. Now when you are deciding where you want, or the order of your page protector, you have to remember that the one that's on the farthest to the right will be the one on the top. Okay, so this is the one to the furthest to the right, and it will be the one that will be on top. So that will be your first photo, and then like that. Okay. What's important with this DIY is that you have your fuse tool warmed up. I've had it on for about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. It has to be really hot for it to fuse the plastic. The other thing is you're going to need some sort of mat to protect your surface. I am using a piece of chipboard, the back of a paper pad. A lot of people use glass mats. You will need a trimmer because you will need to trim off the holes. I don't know if you can see, but you're going to have to trim off the holes. When you trim off the holes, what will be very important is that you don't go all the way to the seam. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. When you cut off the holes, cut off right here, but don't go all the way to the seam for two reasons. One, you'll break the seam, but also you'll want a little bit of extra plastic here to the left so that you have something to fuse it to the other page protectors. Okay? The one on the left, you are not trimming off the holes. You will trim off the holes for the one in the middle and the one on the right only. I think we can get started now. I like to tape down my chipboard because if it moves, it will be a problem. And I will zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So this is going to be the one I want on the left. Again, I will not be doing any trimming for that one. This is the one for the middle, and I will trim off the holes. Again, do not go all the way to the seam. I'm trying not to stick my head inside of the camera frame, so I want to make sure I'm doing that right. Yes, perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not, but I have a bit of a extra page plastic there, and then the seam. And then this is the one for the right. I will do the same for that one. Yep, perfect. Alright, I will zoom you guys in now so you can get a better look at what I'm doing. Hopefully you'll get a better look at what I'm doing. Alright. Tip number, I don't know, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that the top of your page protector is actually at the top, okay? Ask me how I know that. Okay, they're all good. I'm going to move the one over to the side a little bit. And then I'm going to layer my... What I'm doing is I'm taking the one on the left and putting it over on the right and trying to match up the seams so that I can fuse them together that way as much as I can. And then I'm going to tape those down so that they don't move while I am fusing them together. Because the middle one is the one that has more of the page protector left over, I'm using that one underneath and putting the one on the left on top. Okay. Another thing you're going to use, which I didn't mention before, is a ruler. I like to use the one that has the cork backing because it doesn't slip and slide. And this is just to help you as you go along with the fuse tool to create a straight seam. Now my fuse tool is really hot, and I'm going to slowly but swiftly run it along the side of the metal ruler. Do not use a plastic ruler, okay? It will melt. Okay. Let's see if that worked. And it did. See? Okay. Okay, now for the third one. I'm going to attach it to the underneath the second page protector, and then use my ruler as a guide. This is shifting. What's going on there? Let me just move it over a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to use my fuse slowly but swiftly so that the plastic melts, but that it doesn't melt all the way through. Essentially what you're doing is creating your own seam here. Okay. The middle part is not adhering. I don't know why. Let me go back in. Go a little slower. Now, obviously, the look of it isn't as perfect as it would be as if it were manufactured this way, but that's why it's DIY. So there you go, guys. There is your very own accordion fold out using 3x8 page protectors. And then you're just going to fold once this way and then again this way. And you have your fold out. Now, if you don't have the fuse tool, you're essentially going to do the same exact thing. You're going to trim off the holes, but instead of using the fuse to put them together, you can use washi tape and fold it the same way to end up with an accordion fold out. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for stopping by today.